at 6:05 on a milky morning in November, naked from the waist down, dripping peri-menopausal sweat into my first black coffee of the day, I wrote, "Be who you want to become, but first, know who you want to become." Jesus fucking Christ, I hate it when I channel Ghandi at the crack of dawn, the grainy, difficult dream in which I am trying to fuck Atticus, a lover who left 24 years ago, still prowling my mind like a starving shark. I want to become Tyler Durden without the mental illness, but the only club I belong to is the one parent dead, the other has dementia club. But I am trying to become ambitious, and so I read a story in a back issue of The New Scientist, to touch and taste a comet. And I'm so underwhelmed by the picture of Comet 67P's bulbous shape, marked in cheap primary colours where sunlight falls or not, that I could never guess. Comet 67P is a wildly alien landscape with only a few spots safe for landing. And I think, Jesus fucking Christ, there's a metaphor for life. Well, the world is a kind of nothing place, and I am like a rubbish pile inside, and yet to touch and taste a comet is written in font more bewildering and elegant than any comet. It makes me feel something I have no language for, that may be out of my reach forever. I am trying to become brave and write good poetry, which means I must write Jesus fucking Christ and Atticus 3 times in this poem, because 3 is the number of betrayal. Atticus, oh Atticus, who gave me a garlic press when you left back in 94. Made in Switzerland, she has 40 holes where the flesh worms out in a pleasing way. You held her higher than a trophy and said, "This garlic press, it's a metaphor." Well, I hid behind cheap red wine, not knowing what the garlic press was a metaphor for, and feeling too scared, bored, sad, stupid to ask. See, I imagined my intelligence as tooth-sized back then, shrinking to flea-sized in the sober days, with the surface as fragile as fresh, fallen dandruff. Some days the garlic press reminds me of a speculum, reminds me how careless we were back then, how you lost your mother as sudden as a gunshot, how 7 years later my father went, twin towers fallen, how that house with its glimpse of the dirty river from the enormous red-bellied bathroom got demolished. But the garlic press, she's lasted, mate. Sure, her hinge is a little loose, but she remains what she is without striving to become something else. In the end, I would like to be truthful, useful, noble. But ending is always the difficult part, because fucking is not a metaphor, and we were always somewhere in between, Atticus and I. His name always too much on my tongue, our pain always too much in my belly, which is definitely a metaphor, but some days, I don't know. Like my mother, I would like to be forgetful, but my dreams won't let me. I want to touch and taste the comet.